Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we're going to be doing a playthrough of a game that is currently on Kickstarter called Mythic Mischief Volume 2.
Yes, this game is designed by Max Anderson, Zac Dixon, as well as Austin Harrison, and it's published by Ivy Games, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. In this game, if you're not familiar with Volume 1, we are back at Mythic Manor, which is a fantasy school where we are fantasy characters trying to get into some naughty hijinks and try to get our opponents caught by the groundskeeper this time.
Yes, this is an abstract strategy game where we are going to be trying to be efficient with our turns and essentially just be the first to score 10 points. Now, this is a standalone sequel to Mythic Mischief that plays exactly the same way. So if you've played the original, then you pretty much know how to play this version. This game, though, is standalone that comes with 4 new factions that can also be combined with the original game. And so today, we're going to be going straight into our 2-player playthrough. If you'd like to learn how to play the game, I made a separate video for it, which is linked in the description below.
Now, before we begin, we do have to mention that this is a prototype copy of the game, so things are subject to change in the future. If you are interested in the campaign, there's a link in the description down below. And lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So if you please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a 2-player game of Mythic Mischief Volume 2. Welcome to the
Gardens.
That's right.
We're in
We
the
have
gardens.
the groundskeeper this time. And we're going to be walking around the gardens trying to play some tricks on each other as well as the groundskeeper to try to score 10 points.
Yep.
And so today I'm going to be playing as the fairies, and they actually have names. I believe they are Tippy, Tawny, and Twinkle, these 3. Now, if you're familiar with Mythic Mischief, you'll know that the different characters have asymmetric versions of the regular abilities. And so my Move Mythic ability, which is basically the ability to move either your allies or your enemies, is called Wander. And so with my ability, I have to be diagonal to either an ally or an opponent. So in this case, I could move either person here, and I basically move them in an orthogonal adjacent fashion. So I could move myself forward this way or just in any orthogonally adjacent fashion that does not require them to cross a hedge.
Yeah, so this person go here, 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 or here.
My ability to move hedges is called Antics. And so with this ability, I can move a hedge that's adjacent to my own character to a space that's adjacent to an enemy. So I could do something like that. Now, again, you cannot move the hedges in a way that completely blocks out an area of the board. And you also can never move hedges to the edge of the board like that. Those are just the basic rules of the game. But that is my hedge moving ability. I also have a legendary ability called Pixie Dust, which allows me to switch the spaces of the Tome Keeper and an enemy. And then my After Dark special, which of course will come into play once we get to the second half of the game, allows me to attach this fairy ring to an adjacent enemy. And once per turn, I can move that specific enemy to a diagonal space. As soon as they get caught by the groundskeeper, though, then the ring gets returned to me. And once per turn, I can essentially reattach it to somebody else.
Yep.
So that's everything for my my faction.
And as a reminder in this game, quickly, adjacency is considered orthogonal.
Yes.
Neighboring is all 8 spaces around 1 unit.
Right.
Okay, for me, I am playing as the gnomes, so I have some asymmetry as well. Now, you'll notice here on the move action, I actually have 2 dice. So what this basically means is for one of these, I can move my normal, but with this one, this is called the burrow action, and this allows me to use one character and move them up to 2 spaces, and I can go over clutter without slowing down, and I could even go through hedges just like that. Normally, you can't move through a hedge, but with the burrow action, you can.
Yes, so you have your move is sort of split, and it's kind of like you're burrowing underground, right? So
Exactly.
you can burrow under clutter as well.
That's right. So for me, my shifty here, the way I can move other mythics is pretty straightforward. So basically what I can do is if I have somebody that is adjacent to me, then I can just basically move them anywhere adjacent. So I can move them maybe like this, next to this groundskeeper. But of course, I would not be able to move them here because we have a hedge in between.
Right.
And now my hedge movement, which is called illusion, works the exact same way. So anything that is orthogonally adjacent to me, I can move it orthogonally adjacent to me. So that's that.
Nice.
My legendary ability called Potion allows me to reset any one of my action dice to the depicted value that's listed above it. And finally, my After Dark special here, this only comes into account after this deck is being used. I can basically pick one of the 3 destination locations and just move it 1 space orthogonal.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So with that, you can actually move it closer to the groundskeeper. And if it ever gets to the groundskeeper, it's considered automatically reached.
Yes.
So that can be really powerful if
Can
you
be, yeah.
if you play it well, I guess.
Right. Okay, let's go ahead and figure out who is going to go first. Rock, paper, scissors?
Yes.
All right,
Ready?
ready? Rock.
Oh, you went rock.
I went rock. Did you want? What'd you want? You wanted paper?
No, I'm actually happy because the second player gets to place a tome.
Freebie.
Yes, which means I get to make something strong now. You know, we're probably going to be collecting more tomes earlier in the game. And so I think movement is going to be important. So I'm just going to place my starting tome there, and then I'm going to change the dice to reflect how many actions I can take with them.
Okay.
And now you get to place out all of your mythics, and you can basically place them on any empty space that does not include a tome, a destination, or the groundskeeper.
Yeah, so the first one I'm going to place out, let's go ahead and just slot them in here. The next one, I'm going to put this one here, and you are going to hang out right here.
Okay.
I want to get to the tomes.
And now I get to place out my 3 mythics, keeping in mind that this groundskeeper is going to take a whole movement phase before I get to even go.
So they get 4 movement.
Yes.
You know they're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then it's either this way or this way to get back to this 2.
Right. These are the 3 destinations in that order.
Yep.
And you know what? I think I misspoke. You can start on a destination space. You just cannot place a mythic on a spot that has another mythic, a tome, or the the groundskeeper.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then I would like to start here.
Oh, okay.
That seems like a good spot.
Okay, in that case, I am going to start here. I guess I'll start on top of this clutter. And then I'm going to go up here because I just want to be as close as possible to these tomes. And that's essentially it. We are ready to get started. Are you ready?
I'm ready, yes.
All right, first turn. Go for it, gnomes.
All right, I know I want to level up these dice over the course of the game, and I see myself next to all these beautiful tomes. So I can only move one once, and then I have the burrow action. So let's go ahead and just burrow right away. So I'm going to go 1 through the hedge 2, which is my right, and then I pick up this tome. So this one's going to be able to get placed.
Nice.
All right, the next move I'm going to do is I want to get off this block onto here.
Don't forget to spend your action die.
Yes, there you go, 0.
you go.
I moved 1, that's at 0, and I'm going to pick up this tome.
Very good.
And then now I'm going to get a little shifty with you, Monique.
Yes?
So since I'm here and you're there, I'm just going to put you a little bit further away. I'm going to make you have to go here.
Okay. It still nets the same amount of movement.
Yeah.
But I guess,
You got to do what you got to do.
yeah.
So I have to spend this dice, and then now I'm going to use my illusion,
Okay.
and we're going to move this over here.
Rude.
So now you got to go all the way around.
Sure.
Or you can spend yours to, do something else. So that's going to go there, and then that is going to complete all my actions.
All right. Now it's time for the groundkeeper's phase.
Yeah, so they're going to move 4 spaces. So they're going to about face. They're going to go 1, 2, 3. They've
Okay.
successfully reached 1 of their 3 destinations.
Yep.
And then it's equidistant back to this. So let's just go ahead and bring them here. I want them to be away from me. I don't know if you're going to do something to me.
The old switcheroo.
Yeah. So now we go into the cleanup phase. I'm going to slide all my used actions dice to the left. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my tome. So knowing that this is a baseline 0, I definitely want a tome here.
Okay.
And then I would like to be able to move a little bit more than what we just showed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and add a tome here.
Nice. All right. Now you get to boost 2 of your dice.
I do. So I'm going to boost movement. So I'm going to move this over, and that's going to become a 4. Where are you, 4?
Well, you can do all of your boosting and then change the dice at the end.
Okay. So I'll also boost my shifty right there.
All
Oh,
right.
no, that's a 1 is a 1. Sorry. I'm going to boost. let's boost this one.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to be able to attract the groundskeeper a little bit.
Nice.
So I'm going to go ahead and reset my dice.
All
so
right.
These all go to the numbers that's just listed right above it.
Perfect. So now it goes to me, and I need to start collecting some tomes as well. During the groundskeeper phase, they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So this is sort of where they're going to be.
Headed.
Yeah. So I'm going to start by moving a hedge using my antics. So I'm going to spend that down. And I'm basically going to choose a hedge that's
undo.
adjacent to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to move it adjacent to you.
Oh, you make
so
okay.
there you go.
Yeah, no, I
See what that feels like?
Yeah.
I now have 5 movement. So I'm going to go 1, 2, because you can pass through spaces that are occupied with your opponents. You just cannot stay on that space.
Sure.
So it's going to cost 2 movement points, and I pick up my tome. Then I guess I'll just move 1, 2 to take this tome. I feel like this fairy's at risk. And so I only have 1 more movement left, which will be to enter into this space.
Very
Clutter
good.
costs 2 movement, but only when entering the spot. So that's all my movement. And I think I am not in any position at all to even take a wander action because I have to be diagonal to whoever I'm moving.
Right.
So that's it. That ends my turn. And now the groundskeeper will move. So they're going to move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So they are affected by clutter as well?
Yes.
So
and
that's the 4.
Right. And if they didn't have enough movement spaces to step onto a cluttered space, they would stop 1 space beforehand. All right, time for cleanup. So I slide these over. I'm going to place my tomes.
3 of them, huh?
3 of them. I definitely want a distract because that is where you're going to get some of your stuff going.
Yeah, you can definitely manipulate.
Yeah. And I think I'll take an extra wander there. And then, of course, I can boost, which is hilarious because all of my dice are basically not going
Right in the margin.
Yeah, they're all in the margin.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to boost distract twice.
Oh.
I don't know what I'm doing or how that is going to
shape out.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see because we really don't know what the board state is going to look like by the time it gets back to my turn.
Or where all your pieces will be.
Exactly. All right. It is now your turn, Naveen.
All right. Well, the first thing I definitely know I want to do is be a little shifty.
Okay.
Shifty this one.
Yeah.
And we'll shifty you there.
I knew it.
So there we go. I think we want to do an illusion as well to get this hedge out of the way. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to get this hedge. The only legal place that I can put it is here because it has to go around me orthogonally. And then now I'm going to go ahead and burrow. So I'm going to go through this hedge. I'm going to go 1, 2 like that.
Okay.
Then we're going to do some movement because I definitely want to pick up that tome. So I'm going to go from 4 down to 2. So we'll go 1, 2.
Okay.
I'm just whipping around the board.
Very nice.
Trying to get a lot of stuff. And then I know I need to get this tome. So the last 2 is going to be 1, 2. I'm going to go 1, 2 back to my little safe spot. Little safe space.
Your corner.
My corner. And then I could technically distract, but I am actually in harm's way.
If you don't distract, then you don't have to spend this die down because you only spend down the dice that you use.
No, but I'm realizing by me not moving this, it's going to go 1, 2. It's going to get me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually am going to hold off. I'm sorry, on 1. I'm going to have to give back this. I'm going to have to give it back.
Where, what?
I have to run away. And you know what? The 2 movement actually that I used to get here, I'm actually going to take those back because I realize this guy's going to come get me. I need to get out of harm's way here. So I'm just going to move 1, 2 with that last 2. So instead of spending the 2 to come down here to collect the tome, I'm spending the 2 to go there.
Okay.
And I will not spend this distract. They're already going to come get you, so I'm just going to leave it like that.
All right. Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So groundskeeper face.
Okay, so they're going to move 4 spaces. So we got 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And then now they have to figure out how to go back. So we have to count how many spaces to that 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's really my choice. Either way, they have to go here.
Yeah, all that counting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because I was caught, you score a point.
I get 1.
So again, if on your turn you get caught, you lose a point. But if your opponent gets caught by the groundskeeper, then you score a point.
Yeah, I didn't want to get caught there because I was going to gain a point to lose a point by me staying there. So I think having to take back my move a little bit was what I really needed to do.
Okay, so we're playing first to 10,
Yeah.
but if the game ends beforehand, then it's just whoever is furthest ahead.
Right.
So cleanup?
Yes, cleanup. So everything slides back down to their baseline, so like that. And then I'm going to add
This is your baseline for
sorry. Yeah, that's my
for
baseline.
Burrow.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and place this in here into this slot. And then I'll just reset all my dice. So I'm going to be boosting move. And let's boost. I need to get this one going and this one.
Okay.
All right, so that's going to be a 1. And then now I'll just get these back up to the 4, I believe this is. The 1 that this is. You know what? I was actually not supposed to spend this down because I didn't use it. So this boost right here, technically, that's not one of the boosts.
So you get another boost.
I get another boost, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and make Shifty a little bit stronger. There we go.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay, so all of your dice have been reset?
Selected, yes, and reset.
All right, so now it is back to me. And unlike at the start of the game, we actually have spawn points for when your mythics get removed from the board. So I actually start by placing out my mythic here. So consulting the Before Dark card here, it's going to be any of the circles where I can spawn. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn over here. It's nice and close to my final tome.
A little clutter in the way, but
Yeah.
you know.
But
You'll be
who's
fine.
counting?
You'll be fine.
All right, first I'm going to move onto that cluttered space. So it's going to cost 2 of my movement.
Sure.
It's very expensive. But now that I'm here, I am diagonal to Naveen's piece.
You are.
So I can take a wander action
You can.
to move them orthogonally adjacent to where they are. So now they're in the way of the friendly groundskeeper.
Yeah, they are.
I'm going to spend another movement to collect this tome
Sure.
right here. And I do have one more wander movement point here. And I'm right next to you. So I think I'll spend it
Off you go.
on this person to move them
off I
downwards.
go.
Then I'm going to spend one of my distract to move the groundskeeper closer to this character.
Oh,
So they're going to move one
no.
space forward,
Boom.
which will catch
Off
Naveen
I go.
and score me a point. And I guess I'll do it again. So you can distract onto clutter, even though it typically costs 2 movement points to move onto it. When you're distracting, it doesn't count as movement.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, we are really close.
Yeah, what's going on?
And with my last 2 movements, I think I'm just going to try to move out of the way as much as possible. I'm going to go 1, 2,
Ooh.
and I might as well spend my antic to also move this hedge. I'm just kind of scared that I'm like really blocked off there. So I'm going to move the hedge here. Just so I'm a little bit more protected over here, I guess.
I see what you've done.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Groundskeeper phase, shall we?
Yes.
So they're going to move to this destination.
Get
It's going to
caught.
be 1, 2, right?
3, 4.
3, 4. So that scores me another point. And they are just one step closer to that third destination. All right, so time to clean up. We are almost done with the first half of the game, the before dark phase. I believe I picked this up.
Yes.
I put it a little bit too close to my other tomes here. And now I get to place this. You know, it was really nice being able to take 2 distracts. So I'm going to boost it there, or I'm going to place it there. And then the 2 dice that I'm going to boost are going to be a distract as well as a move, because movement is always good. And
You're going to reset your dice?
yeah, that's it. So now it goes back to you. You can go ahead and
spawn 2.
and start your spawning, yeah, while I reset my dice.
How do I hurt you? I need to get you thrown out.
Mean question.
That is a mean question. Well, I think I'm going to spawn 1 here because
Okay.
we have to go by these circles on this map.
Right.
And then the other one, I need to get as close to this person as physically possible.
To get this tome.
To get that tome and to maybe get you into some harm's way. Yeah.
Now, any tomes that are not collected are going to get removed from the board
Yeah, I want it.
as soon as they reach their destination. So just keep that in mind.
Sure. And my last character is going to get placed right in the dead center spot.
Nice.
I'm trying to see if there's a way I can get these 2 people caught, and I think I might be able to do it. It's just, I have
No.
to do it right. You have to do it right, you know? Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 to get to this spot. So I'm going to pick up this tome. So it's going to be 4 down to 1. I think I'm going to put myself in harm's way, but that's okay. And then the last movement is going to be putting this one person right there. So I am out of movement.
Okay.
I am going to have to do some illusion. So
You still can burrow.
I can burrow, but
Yeah.
I need to put you in harm's way first. So I need to illusion
Okay.
by moving this over here. And then with that, I'm going to do shifty 2 to 1, and then I'm going to put you orthogonally adjacent here. After
Okay.
that, the right order is to then distract the groundskeeper into you. So we're going to distract into you.
So you're distracting using this gnome.
Correct. Yeah, that gnome right there. So there you go.
Okay.
I'm going to score a point.
Right.
And then because I am shifty a second time, I'm going to shifty this person right onto that spot. So let's go ahead and shifty. So you're orthogonal to me to a different orthogonal there.
Okay.
Now, the tough thing is I have no idea when we flip over the After Dark where the destinations are.
Well, once they reach their third destination, they spend the rest of their movement points moving back to the center.
Yeah. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then I think
They're gonna
they're going to stay there because they can't go 4 or 5 onto the clutter again.
correct.
So this person's in trouble, probably. You know what? I'm going to get this person as far away as possible. So we're going to
Okay.
burrow from there through this hedge,
Yes.
over this, into this spot here. So we're going to go whoop, like that.
Nice.
Hopefully, only one person will get caught in the next round. Okay. So now we are going to go ahead and run the groundskeeper. So like I mentioned, it's going to go 1, 2, 3. This is done. And
Yep.
then now they have to move back to the center. They can't go through the hedge onto the clutter. They're out of action points. So that's where they're going to stay.
All right. And you score a point.
I do.
Because they caught me.
They did catch you. So this time I did spend everything. So they're all going to go down to their baseline. And then I will have to figure out what I'm going to boost. So I know definitely I'm going to want to get this tome. I really like the ability to move you around. So I think I want to not have to spend a boost on that. And we always have a 2 there.
Okay.
And then now, I keep doing this. And so now I'm going to get my 2 boosts. So I will do a distract and then a move. And then I think we go into After Dark. So I'll go ahead and set these up.
Yeah, so go ahead and reset your dice. I am going to flip over. I'm going to flip this over because we are now, I'm going to flip this over face down and then flip over a new card for the After Dark phase, I suppose.
Yep.
So now the groundskeeper is only going to be moving 3 spaces per turn.
They're a little slower.
Yes.
And we also have access to our After Dark special.
That's right.
Don't forget that.
We also have new destinations. So this is going to be over here.
Oh, great. I moved right there.
That's where they're going first. Third destination is over here. And then the second one is actually where they are right now, which is funny.
So they have to hightail it back.
Yeah. We also place out our final 3 tomes. And so they're going to get placed according to the card as well. So go ahead and place
I'll just
out 3.
follow what you do.
It's 1 there, here, and looks like over here.
Perfect.
So
Good spot.
that's that.
All right. So score is 3-2. Monique is probably going to catch me somehow. She has a good little engine going on.
Well, we now have our After Dark specials.
After Dark
and
specials.
neither of us have used our legendary abilities, which you can refill when you pick up a tome.
Right.
So let's see how this plays out, shall we?
Sure.
Well, first, I have to respawn these 2. So considering
There's some good
where
spawn points.
the tomes are, I'm going to spawn here.
Yeah.
And I guess this is real risky, but I'm going to spawn there. I can get out of the way. So let's see. I have 6 movements.
a lot,
so
yeah.
First I'm going to move once down this way.
Okay.
I'm going to do the wander action to move you here.
Yeah.
And then let's just get it over with now, right? I'm going to distract.
Yeah, you don't want to lose.
So I'm moving you.
Eye on the prize.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a point for you.
So that's a point. Oh, I need to remember my After Dark special. I can attach a fairy ring to an adjacent enemy.
Well, you're not adjacent to anybody.
I am. I'm adjacent to you
you're adjacent
here.
to that one, yeah. These people have not really done anything today. Yet.
So I'm going to move once more down this way so that I could pick up a tome.
Okay.
I am going to have to move that hedge out of the way. So that's going to require antics. So I'm going to spend my 1. And honestly, I think I will just move it here, I guess.
Yeah.
It has to be adjacent to one of your pieces, one of the enemy's pieces.
Makes sense.
The only reason why I did that is so that I could use my After Dark special. So I can attach the fairy ring to an adjacent enemy. So now we are adjacent,
Hey.
whereas earlier we were diagonal.
Sure.
So I'm attaching the fairy ring, and now once per turn, I can move this specific enemy to a diagonal space, which I'm just going to do now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to move them here.
I see it.
And then I'm going to take my my other distract, my last distract action, to distract down this way
Okay.
and take your piece. So I get my fairy ring back, but I
score a
can't
point.
redeploy it until next turn.
Yeah.
So that's 1 point. How do I get this person?
Oh, enough.
So then, with my last 4 movement points, I'm going to spend 3 of them. So 4 goes down to 1 to go 1, 2, 3. I'm diagonal to this piece, and I have
Yes.
1 last wander.
Oh,
So
boy.
I will spend it to move them
Oh, my gosh.
1 space.
I'm going to get wiped out.
And with my last movement, I'm going to collect the tome.
Monique,
Wah, wah,
dominator
wah.
of games.
All right, those are all of my actions. Let's move the groundskeeper, shall we? Only 3 spaces this time. So I believe the fastest route is this way,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So they're going to go 1, 2, 3.
Well,
All right, clean sweep. I mean, the good thing for you is you get to choose now where to place them all out.
yeah, no, the good thing is you get 3 points.
That's 1 point.
That seems to be the good thing.
All right, so cleanup time. I'm going to move these down. I get to place 2 tomes.
Yes, you do.
So I think I'm going to place them here, and here, so that if I choose to boost any one of them, it'll actually make a difference. I'm going to boost the distract, and I think I'm just going to boost the movement again, because that was actually pretty nice. So that's that. I'm just going to reset my dice if you'd like to start spawning your mythics.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to place one here. I think that's a good spot for me.
Yeah.
The next one's going to go here. And the final one, we'll just move them there.
What? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All right, there
we
you go.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, how did that
They're all blue.
teleport?
Whoa. Okay, I think the first move that I'm going to do to take this down from a 4 to a 3 is get a little cozy to you there.
Okay.
All right.
Welcome.
I'm going to do a little shiftiness. So we're going to go 2 to 1. We're going to get you over here. I need to get at least a second person. And I think I can get this person.
Don't forget your After Dark special and your potion.
Yes.
That's real strong.
Yes. I am thinking about those two. So I am going to move with one more movement. I'm going to move here.
Okay.
And then I am going to illusion. I'm going to illusion this piece out of the way.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put it here to give myself some space. Then I'm going to move back over here with my 1. And then I'm going to shifty you here.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to distract them into you.
So using this piece.
Using this piece, yeah.
Okay.
So there you go.
Thank you. So you score a point.
Score a point. And then how am I going to actually get some tomes? That's the hardest part.
That's funny that became the hardest part.
Yeah, so let's just go ahead and spend this one to make sure I get that tome.
Okay.
Let's take that. I'm going to spend this one, my burrow, to go move 2 spaces to grab this tome. Now, I don't like being diagonal next to you, so I think I'm going to have to figure out a way to get out of that situation by using my potion. So potion basically says I can reset any one of these dice to the depicted value that's above.
That's right.
So I'm going to go ahead and use this.
And this tome goes out.
Out.
Yeah.
So I could refill it with one of these that I just picked up.
Right.
So I am going to reset this back to a 4. So I
Okay.
can walk around and look around.
Okay.
There we go, a 4.
Okay.
Perfect. So now I need to find myself way the heck away from you. So I'm just going to move this one 1, 2, 3, 4, picking up this last tome.
Oh, okay. So that's
I was
all
able
of
to
your
grab my tomes. Yeah.
that's all of your movement.
That's all my movement. Yeah. So this will go down to a 0. Everything would slide down.
Right.
But we have to move the tome keeper first before we do any of that stuff.
Okay.
So we have 1, 2, 3. So you're going to get caught there.
Yes.
So there we go. I got a point.
Nice.
All right. And then, so now we know that they're going to go this way. You are probably going to distract them into me. I should have probably moved this person.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't move the destination.
Well, I was trying to buy myself some more time because I
Yeah?
figured you're going to do this thing where you're like swinging me back and forth and throwing me into stuff. So I wanted to move it. If I didn't have enough to capture you, I would have moved this underneath you.
Okay.
But that's not the case. But this person's a goner, I just realized. But that is okay.
Okay.
All right, so now we're going to fill in the tomes. So technically, I'm going to slide everything down, but I know that this spot is going to get a tome.
Okay.
And same with this one. I don't want to have to keep boosting movement. So 1, 2.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and put this last tome into... you know what? I like this. I like this. It was nice.
So you always do the fake outs. I
Fake
always
out.
think you're gonna place it.
I was going to
place
place
it
it somewhere, and then I was like, wait, that was actually really nice.
Okay.
So
right,
let
2
me go
boost.
ahead and boost. So this is maxed out. So you know what? I like that burrowing. I think that seems like a smart move.
Yeah, the burrow movement is cool. You basically ignore everything that's on that first space, and then you just
get out of the way.
yeah.
Unless you wipe me out, then it's gonna be a little tough. But so I'll do that, and then honestly, everything else is just a 1. So I'm just gonna go ahead and not do that one.
What?
So,
No, this is a 2. If you boost this,
oh, that's a 2?
it turns
Okay.
to a 2.
Sorry, my eyes are getting worse by the days. So this becomes a 2. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate you helping me out.
All right. So then
you.
just go ahead and reset your dice. I am going to respawn these 2.
Okay.
So the groundskeeper is going to move here with 2 of their movement points
Right.
to get to the destination.
There's clutter below this if you can't see. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
So they're going to go 1, 2, and back onto this space
Yeah.
essentially.
That's
So
why I
it's-
didn't want to move the 1 because
a
I wanted
bit.
them to buy some time.
Right. I see now why you said that this one's a goner because I'm just going to basically do 1 distract
Yeah.
to get them there.
Truth.
It's going to be really tough to get the rest of your characters
That's
there, though.
that's why I was like, okay, you know what? 1 is going to go down. Hopefully, I can get 2 on my turn.
All right. Well, I'm definitely going to spawn 1 here, considering I need to pick up that tome. Are there any other? Did I pick up all the other tomes?
I think you got
There's
them all.
no more,
Yeah.
huh?
Yep.
So then I'll just spawn my last one here. And seeing as I am now adjacent to this enemy, you get the wonderful fairy ring.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm just going to start by moving them diagonally now.
Sure.
So I got the whole fairy ring part over with. All right. Let's just go ahead and distract for 1.
Okay.
using this mythic. So it's going to bring the groundskeeper over here,
There goes a point.
which scores me 1 point. So now they're going to go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can take 2 wander actions. So I'm going to move 1 space here. I'm going to take a wander action because I'm now diagonal to this mythic. So they're going to move 1 space downward.
Oh, boy.
And then I'm just going to move 1, 2 to pick up my tome.
Okay.
So that's 1. This goes down to 3.
3. Yep.
And then I'm going to spend. No, wait. Sorry. Instead of 2 movements, it's just 1
Okay.
because I need to be diagonal to this person.
Okay.
So with my last wander, I will move this mythic down here.
So you spend one of your movement points. Is that what it is? To move somebody else?
No, I spent a wander.
Ah, wander.
I was able to move this person, this mythic, essentially 3 times because I attached the fairy ring to them. So they started here.
Yeah, they
I
went
moved them
really
diagonal
far.
with the fairy ring, and then I moved them 1, 2 with 2 wander actions. Then I think I might as well do an antics action
Okay.
and move this hedge over here and just really make
Come
them go
on.
the long way.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'll just make a run for it. So I have 4 more movement points, and this person seems like they're in danger. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that seems really risky. I'm just gonna move 1. So I really just moved, and I guess so. That's 3. I have 3 left. I'll move this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I don't know how much out of the way I got there, but those are all my movement points. I'm not going to distract. That's it.
Wow.
So
That was good.
let's go ahead and do the groundskeeper phase. 1, so they get removed. 2, 3.
Here's your ring back.
Thank you. So they have reached their first destination. And I
go.
get my ring back,
And a
score a point. So I'm at 7. Oh, this is so close. Now they're going to take this long, treacherous journey to the second destination.
So that was 1, 2, 3, right? That was
Yeah,
it. They're
yeah,
done.
that
So
was
that's
it.
1, 2, 3. That's where they're gonna end up.
Yes, so I'm going
You're
to
nowhere near those places.
spend everything. And I'm just going to boost or I'm going to put a tome on the distract so that I don't have to keep boosting that. I really like the distract action. I'm going to boost a move and I guess a wander because those have been very useful. So you can go ahead and spawn now while I reset my dice.
Okay. Well, I think the only person I can harm is this one over here. So I'm going to place this person onto that spawn point.
Okay.
And knowing that they're going to go a path this way, I'm actually going to surprisingly spawn here.
Oh, okay.
I'll be able to just move out of the way. All right, you're up by 2, and you ran away to the far north.
We scattered.
Scatter, you did
I
scatter.
guess we flew. The fairies flew.
You flew, yeah. So, and there's like this huge hedge just kind of in the middle here. So I've purposely put myself here because I know I want to burrow over to you. 1, 2. So it's going to go like that.
Okay.
So I have 1 more burrow move. The next thing I'm going to do is I need to get this out of the way so I can put you in some harm's way.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and do my illusion.
Ooh.
Go ahead and flip that over. And I got to move this here. I think that's legally the only thing because I cannot move it here. Otherwise, we section off this entire bottom side.
Yeah.
So I have to do it here because if I do this, then I can't affect you. So
Right.
I'm going to do that. Then I will be shifty. And I'm going to go ahead and flip you this way, knowing that this guy is now going to go. The path of least resistance there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now you need to get out of the way. Since this is really expensive to get on in terms of movements, I'm going to use my second burrow, the last one, to go 1, 2 onto there. I will use my next shifty to go ahead and flip you this way. Now, this groundskeeper is only moving 1, 2, 3, but the good thing is you are after dark specialing my uproot. So my uproot allows, no, not that one. I'm sorry. What is it?
You're
my
distract. I was like, what is this? It's not going to help you.
Uproot I will maybe do later, but
Okay.
distract. So
Yeah.
I'm going to distract saying, hey, over here, Tomekeeper,
Yes.
Groundskeeper.
Okay.
Now, Tomekeeper, of course, is in Volume 1. We have the Groundskeeper here in Volume 2.
Yes, this is what they look like. He's holding a shovel.
Hefty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working outside.
So I have to spend the die to do that. So now the way I see it is 1, 2, 3. So this person is in harm's way. So I have to spend my second shifty, by the way. I think I forgot to roll that die.
Oh, okay.
Now, in order to protect myself here, knowing that they're going to eventually get to 2, I'm going to spend this die and then shift this one like that, knowing that
Nice.
3 is all the way back here.
Okay.
And then honestly, for these last 4 moves, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like
Okay.
that. So now we are at 0. That is it.
Very good. All right.
Okay.
Groundskeeper phase.
Groundskeeper phase, 1, 2, 3. So that's 2 victory points.
Yep.
There we go. 7-7.
Ooh, we are very, very close
Very
to the
close.
end here.
Yeah. Okay, clean up. So I'm going to go ahead and move these all down.
Very
And
good.
then now what am I going to boost? Well, I definitely liked the idea of having 2 illusions that seem to, or not illusions, shifty, sorry. So I'm going to have 2 shifty here. So I'd like to have it a 3 max, which
Okay.
sounds really, really good
Nice.
for me because that's the only way I can manipulate putting you kind of in position for something bad to happen to you.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to keep with. So where are you going to spawn?
Okay, so I'm going to spawn 2 of my fairies here. And if I can find a way to get 3 in this turn,
3.
and we can end the game. So I think I'm going to spawn here and here. Now, it's a bit tricky. Okay, I think if I play this round right, I think maybe I can get all 3.
What? Come on.
I have to literally do every move correctly, though, I think, or else
Let's make a mistake.
it's not going to work.
Mistake.
So
mistake. Come on.
let's start by assigning this fairy ring. So I have to be adjacent to the opponent, which is interesting because it's the exact opposite of my wander action, which makes it kind of weird. So I'm going to start by moving twice. So 1, 2, so that now I'm adjacent to this character. So now I only have 4 movements left.
Good.
I'm going to assign them the fairy ring, like pixie dust.
I don't like that.
Then I'm going to spend 1 wander action on this gnome because
Yeah.
we're diagonal. So they're going to move orthogonal that way.
I made a mistake in the last round. I should
You
have
did?
absolutely used my After Dark and pushed this onto this right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then the
That way they don't
Tonekeeper
get to
wouldn't
them.
have,
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
be
true.
going there. Yeah.
Right. That would have protected this one a little bit
Yeah.
more. That's true. Then I'm going to move over 1 space. So let's do 1 movement. So this should go down to a 3. And I'm just going to move over here so that I'm diagonal to this character again and take another wander action to move them even closer. Now, you cannot throw mythics onto the Tomekeeper. It can only be the other way around.
The Groundskeeper.
The Groundskeeper, sorry. So 2 more movements. So this will go down to 1 to move this over 1, 2. I'm going to move this hedge using my antics. And so the hedge has to move adjacent to an enemy. So I guess I'll just do that. I'll just do this because I think that's legal.
Yeah.
And then I am going to finally use my legendary ability. So my legendary ability is Pixie Dust. This is the true Pixie Dust here. And my ability lets me switch the spaces of the Tomekeeper and an enemy. So we're just going to swapsy like that.
Okay.
I'm going to have to get out of the way. So I guess I'll spend my last movement to just move.
Oh my gosh.
This person, this gnome, has my fairy ring.
Oh.
And so I can move this enemy to a
hate it.
diagonal space once each turn.
Unbelievable.
I'm going to distract using this mythic so that they have to move that way. So 1 space for this person here,
It's too good.
which, oops, we'll go back to you.
Yep.
I'll score a point. And then I'm just going to do it again because I have 1 more distract.
You do.
They're going to enter this space.
No.
So I'll get another point.
No.
And I think that's it because they're going to go 3 total movements, which means now it's the groundkeeper's phase. They're going to go 1, 2, 3.
Dang.
So
Shoot, man.
that's it. Those are all 3. I've hit 10 points, and
You're
that
too
is
good at this game.
the end of the game. So the fairies and their fairy ring power. Oh, I was supposed to spend that, I guess.
You were supposed to do that.
when you use your legendary.
Did you have 2 clean sweeps of me rounds? I think you did.
Maybe.
Oh my
I think it's
gosh.
kind of what it takes to get to 10 before the Tomeskeeper gets to the 3rd destination because
pretty
they move
good.
quite quickly.
You were wheeling and dealing your people. What the heck?
Now, the last time we played with this specific pairing, Naveen actually won pretty early because of your After Dark special.
I did.
Remember that?
I didn't use it at all this time. I should have definitely used it because that was a problem here. But you would have just taken your last one and thrown me onto that.
I feel like this gameplay, it wasn't as opportune, but in our last gameplay of it, he basically took the lead by just one more point and then sped up the end of the game.
Yeah, by just moving these, because my After Dark special, which I never used in this specific playthrough, is once per turn you could move one of these destination tokens orthogonally. So every turn I was, in a previous play, I was actually moving it, adjusting kind of where the groundskeeper was going and kind of making a little bit more of a challenge.
Yes, because it made the game quite much faster and it made the game end early.
Yeah,
so.
I couldn't like figure out where was the right time to do it. So I kind of like stalled out and just kind of froze and I didn't do anything. Well, good job.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Yeah. Well, there you have it. That is Mythic Mischief Volume 2. This game is currently on Kickstarter, so if you are interested in this game, there is a link in the description down below, which you can check out at your leisure. If you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to leave them in the comments, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. And thank you all so much for watching the video once again. If you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.